If too demanding wasn't a judgment, how could you demand of the universe exactly what you'd like to choose? It's true. Like, are you too big for this reality? Yes. So start being curious about what it would be like to create your own reality. Do not judge how people will receive you. That is not your job. Your job is to let people receive you for how they desire to receive you. And then you get to choose to deliver or not deliver, or just be an energy. And they'll feel, if you are an energy from no point of view, people will feel close and connected to you. Let's say you're asking for a bigger life. Okay. You ask for a bigger life and you're like, I want, and you ask for a bigger life, right? And you're like, and then you judge that you don't fit into this reality, that you're different, that maybe you're a unicorn, maybe you're too demanding, maybe you're too bold, maybe you're too sexy, maybe you're too skinny, maybe you're too whatever it is, too voluptuous, maybe you've decided your body's too big. Every judgment that you have, literally you'll go, I want a bigger life. And then you judge you, the universe literally cannot deliver to you the bigger life you're asking for. So then you go into, oh, something must be wrong with me. Oh, I must be judging myself bad. It's so cool to just, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, be an allowance of our choices so that we can choose greater. So what would the world be like if you were willing to be an allowance? Good morning, sweet Donna. If you were willing to be an allowance of your choices so that you can choose greater, right? And so often, I'm the type of person that loves extremes. And so I will choose the good of the good and the magic and the joy and the orgasms and the possibility and the yummy food and the fun adventures. I will go all in. I will say yes to almost anything. But I'm also the girl who will say yes to things that are really, really hard, that can be really challenging. And for some reason, I get satisfaction out of, what did I learn from that? And what did it create? And all of that stuff. So why I'm saying this is, every choice we make contributes to opening the door to more choices if we don't judge the choice, if we are an allowance. And then it's like, wow, I just chose something really hard. I thought I was done choosing hard. Am I willing to change that? A lot of times, showing up as the bigness of you, it doesn't require what we think. You can be the most quiet and the loudest energetically in the room. And everything that doesn't allow that, times a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, pock, pod, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. My friends, your dreams are part of the thing that are the difference that keep you turned up and turned on. Yeah. So what else can you start choosing that keeps you turned up and turned on? Oh, babe. Everything that doesn't allow you to see your possibilities for your reality, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pock, pod, all nine shorts, boys and. And so, my friends, each of you has a capacity to create a reality, and most of you are waiting for someone else to acknowledge it, or waiting for someone else to do it so you can copy it, instead of going and asking, what is it you know? What gift for what gift for creating your reality are you that you're not acknowledging? Okay, so everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, pock, pod, all nine shorts, boys in. Like, you guys, you got to be willing to look at all the different possibilities and really truly see. But the biggest thing, it's not what you're not choosing. Okay, and I hope you guys get this. It's not what you're not choosing. It's the underlying point of view that's literally running your choices, running your life, running what you're willing to choose, running what you're not willing to choose. If you have a point of view that you're too big and you didn't judge it, what would be available for you to choose and create? Who could see you? Who could contribute to you? Who would want to contribute to you? This is your invitation to stop dumbing yourself down and really turn you up. And what would it be like if you could turn you up and then the universe could find you much easier? You don't have to hide. It could find you much easier and start giving you everything you'd like to have. What I would invite you to start to look at is, where are you making the roadblocks to why you're not choosing success, why you're not choosing too big? Where are you making the roadblocks more significant than your choice to just choose? And then your choice to just choose, it's like you want to back it up with the knowing that you can have anything you want. You want to back it up with acknowledging how brilliant you are. You want to back it up with, like, oh my God, I'm too sexy for my own good and I can have anything I want. I'm going to back that up with possibility and joy and choice, instead of making it wrong, making it a judgment. And I will say this, and you guys may or may not hear it: when things feel really intense and like there's no change happening and you feel quote unquote stuck, it's usually because you've expanded your reality and not acknowledged it. It's also because there might be something like a really old pattern or habit or paradigm of functioning from that is literally leaving your body. And as it's leaving, you're like, oh my God, I'm stuck. Best question to ask is this the change you've been asking for? Right? So are you too big for this reality? Is nothing and no one can stop you? Is this the change you've been asking for? And so everything that you've decided about being too much for this reality, being too much for your reality, being too much for your family, being too much for consciousness, being too much for unconsciousness, being too much, everything that is times a godzillion, we just join on Create It Please. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, pod, all nine shorts, boys, means, and everything you've decided about the difference you be, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Ooh, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, pod, all nine shorts, boys, means. True, like being big is that willingness to not dumb down your joy for anybody, not dumb down your outrageous for anybody, not dumb down your obnoxious sense of humor for anybody, not dumb down your seriousness, right? And truly embrace the ease, the joy, the possibility, the magic, right? Cool. With, like, when I get an obstacle, it's actually why I have an elephant tattoo on my arm, because this is a reminder that every obstacle in our way is your invitation to be the greatness you can be. I'm going to say that again. Every obstacle that gets in your way, it's not personal, it's an invitation to be the greatness you can be. So Ganesh energy, which is the elephant deity, right? It was called the remover of obstacles. Every obstacle is an invitation for you to become the greatness you truly be. Yeah. And so what if you were like, oh man, that obstacle's in my way and it is wedging me and my butt is blistering, and ooh, that means I probably am way greater than I ever thought, right? Way better than I ever thought. What is it that you guys would like to receive out of this experience? And what would it be like if you never made you wrong for how big you dream, how much you'd like to have. What I want to do is invite the possibility of, what if you never dumbed down your bigness? Like, one of the things we talked about is the sea does not change being the sea based on other people's opinions of the sea. And so I was taking, one person, I was like, what if you're looking at the sea and you're like, oh my God, I love the color, the sun glistening off the top of it. I just feel like at home. I love how the sun hits my skin. There's just something different when I'm by the ocean, right? Versus somebody else going, oh my God, I'm so scared to swim. I'm so scared to swim. I'm so scared to swim. The sea, the ocean, does not change its properties of being based on how other people perceive the ocean. Same thing. You do not need to change your basic disposition of being based on how other people see you. It's not your problem. That is not your problem. Okay, so everything that doesn't allow that times a godzillion, we just throw in uncreated, please, right, wrong, good, bad, pock, pot, all nine shorts, wasn't. But because you guys are psychic, you'll be like, oh, that person requires me to be this energy, and that person requires me to be this energy, and and so it's almost like you'll become a ping pong ball. Versus, if I was willing to be all of it, people can choose to receive from me, contribute to me, play with me in whatever way they require. Totally different possibility. So everything that doesn't allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive all of the amazing possibilities. Ooh, baby. Wow. Oh, all of the amazing possibilities will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pock, pod, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. Here's the deal. How many of you are looking at what you'll think you'll lose if you're willing to be too big? You're not looking at what you think you'll gain. Like, I'm going to lose all the toxic people out of my life. I'm going to lose all the people that don't believe in magic. Right? But what will I gain? You might gain money. You might gain joy. You might gain more sex. You might gain, traveling around the world. Like it's so often that we're like, oh my God, we're going to lose judgmental assholes. Oh no, they're already judgmental assholes and they're already judging the crap out of you. So why don't you look at what you're going to gain? You might lose friends that are judging you, but you might gain people that constantly want to contribute to your ability to expand and create. Like Holy Mother of God, right? You guys, I love you. Yeah. My friends, is when people tell you that you're too much, it's because you're being an energy they're not willing to be. You're being an energy, like if you've ever been around a little kid who's slightly obnoxious or all over the map, or you've around 20 kids and you're like, shut up. It's because as a little kid, you weren't allowed to be the loud, the magic, the fierce, the fiery, the like everything that you are, you weren't allowed to be that. And so you had to dumb it down. You had to quiet it down. You had to, whatever it is. When you don't judge you can then receive everything you're asking for. But here's the deal. In order to receive everything you're asking for, you have to be you. And every time you judge you, you stop being you. And according to Gary, it's in the Bars manual, he says, every time you judge you, you put evil out into the world. Ouch. And as long as you are making you wrong, you cannot have the gift of you. So just like simultaneously, you can't do judgment and be aware, you can't do wrongness and be the gift you came here to be. my friends, this is the invitation of like, what if you're not wrong? And so often in this concept of too much, how often do you go into judging you that you're wrong? So put yes in the chat. If you're like, oh my God, I'm always judging. I'm always saying, where am I wrong? Where am I wrong? Where am I wrong? And so if you're a humanoid, you will judge that you're too much. Are you actually too much? Or is too much the invitation that invites the world into a different possibility? And that, for me, is the essence of this 10 days that we're doing, right? Your invitation is to look at, where are you not being the invitation of your reality? Because the truth is, your reality is big. It's bigger than most people are willing to choose, because if you've found the tools of access, if you're here on this live, if you're listening to this as a recording, you are choosing more than most people are willing to choose. You being the joy of you is the most important thing you can be and do for the planet.